Good evening, YouTube. DutyRon checking in with another video. And tonight we're going to talk about two missing toddlers out of California City, California from December 21st, 2020. Guys, my name is DutyRon, retired New York City police detective with 20 years of law enforcement. I cover true crime cases. I can bring it to you straight from a retired detective. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you will get all things DutyRon when I go live and when I upload another video. But let's get right into it. This, guys, is a case, two young toddlers, Orrin West, 4 years old, and Orson West, 3 years old. They're adopted by their parents, Traval West and their mom. This is a case that has so many twists and turns and so many inconsistencies. The story that was given by the adoptive parents to the police does not jive with everything that has been uncovered by different YouTube creators. One in particular is AV Watchman. This guy is boots on the ground and is doing a phenomenal job. And if you're not subscribed to his channel, I will link it down below. AV Watchman is out there asking the hard questions and doing police work, basically. He's interviewing people, and we're going to see a little bit about what has gone on with this case and how he is covering it and how other aspects of this case is unfolding. But right now, I want to share with you some early reports that were reported by the media just to give you a timeline and an overview. I want to say a special thank you to my channel members, my Patreon supporters, and everybody who comes in and supports this channel, my moderators, the replay viewers, and everybody and anybody who comes on the live stream. And thank you to everyone for the compliments on the header up here. Thank you to Josh. It's actually, you can actually see right through it. So you can see my finger going through it. So it's kind of transparent. But special thank you to everybody coming on in and people that were waiting. Yeah, AV Watchman, a great YouTuber who is boots on the ground doing the right thing here and asking the hard questions. It's not easy to get out there and poke your nose around in really difficult cases like this. But these two young boys went missing from a home, from their home, allegedly in the backyard from an open gate. But I'm going to share this with you real quick so you guys can get an overview for the people who don't know about this case. So let me share this with you real quick.
O'clock hour with a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old boy who've gone missing in California City. Police say they got the call around 6 o'clock last night, and since then the community has been out searching for these two young boys. 17's Perla Shaheen joins us live from the parents' house in California City with more. Good evening, Perla.
Good evening, Eitan. Yes, we're about 70 miles east of Bakersfield right now. There's a big mystery over here, and many of the 14,000 residents of the city are very worried. California City Police say they searched this house last night with canines. The canines were looking for the scent of the two boys inside. They smelled the scent inside the house, but they didn't smell it leaving the house. So police are concerned that the children never even left the house. About an hour ago, Cal City Police drove the father and mother away. They weren't in handcuffs and went willingly with police, but police would not confirm why they took the mother and father away. Dozens of residents drove and walked around this home last night looking for the two boys. Right now, many of them are still out here waiting for an update from police. Many came out again today to continue the search. So far, they found nothing. Police told the parents to stay inside their house.
So people took this very serious. We are a small town. So for one of our own to be missing, we took it personal.
I spoke briefly with the father who didn't want to comment on camera. He declined to give his name, but he said he appreciates the efforts of the community in searching for these children. Now, neighbors say that they haven't seen the two children for the past day and a half. but this is still an ongoing investigation. Police say that they need to have more evidence to even be able to search inside the house once more. In California City,
let me just say there's inconsistencies in these reports. I saw a video from AV Watchman that he shared from a neighbor's adjoining security cameras, and it doesn't look like anybody left this location. It was alleged that 4:15 to 4:30, the adoptive parents, discovered that the child was missing, alleged, and the security cameras reviewed as per AV Watchman's video, and I'll show that here. You could see that there was no movement at all. No children came or left that location. So that in itself is extreme inconsistencies in this case. It's troubling to say the least that you have two parents. I'm going to set it up now so you guys can see the actual.
Perla Shaheen, 17 News.
Let me just end this. I want you guys to see the inconsistencies in their story. I have a actual Facebook unedited video of the two of them talking, the parents actually talking. So let me share this with you real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Stand by. Let me set this up for you guys. So these are the parents days afterwards.
We felt so helpless, and seeing everybody out here really looking and helping out really means a lot.
So tell us what happened the night the kids went missing.
Okay.
From our yard.
Okay. It was cold. I was gonna make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I opened up the back gate. I'm throwing wood.
Notice how
bringing it
she's
inside the house.
swaying side to side.
My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts.
Swaying side to side is not a good sign.
Youngest to go outside.
We all saw Chris Watch doing that.
Patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. We keep them close. So I was playing with chalk, and I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see them now. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, "Did you see the boys?" She said, "No, they should be outside playing with chalk." I said, "Well, I didn't see them." So I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open, and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this street. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names. Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there. He didn't see me. So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops. It's getting dark and I need help. We got to get going. So I called the cops. Cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us. And they had us just sitting there, and we wanted to keep searching. But everybody came out in droves, and I wanted to thank you guys that night, but we couldn't go outside.
The cops told us the best are out here.
The best are out here searching. And we're
Okay, I want to just stop it for a second, and it's true. Disabled girl says basically he went around in a circle, and then somebody also said he went in one direction. And I watched the video from the neighbor's surveillance camera. He did not go around to the back end of the house with his car. He went down the street and banged a right. He didn't bang a left. What a concerned, panicked father would do is go around the back of his property and take the car and put the lights on in the back of the property where the fence led to that field. He didn't do that. He went the opposite way, and he came back in a very short period of time. He told investigators that he was searching. This guy is so full of it, and his story is so rotten that it reeks of guilt right off the bat. This interview was a long time ago. This isn't recent. They took their cell phones, they took their electronic devices. The FBI and the probably state police is going to have done probably a forensic sweep on all of their devices. And I can bet your bottom dollar that they're going to come up with some information on those devices. Let's hope and pray. And let's hope that we can bring these kids home, whether they're alive or dead. Let's bring them home so there could be closure for the biological parents. And you'll see some of the family of the biological family taunt them in this video, and rightfully so. They immediately get on them, and it gets a little bit heated here. So get ready for that.
Appreciate it, and nobody ever could tell. We could never talk to anybody, and that was the issue.
We just want to thank everybody.
We really want to thank you guys.
Please, if anybody has seen them, please call. Let somebody know.
Call the cops. Call California City Police Department. Call them and let them know what you've seen, if you see anything. Our boys, they are going to be rambunctious, okay? They are going to be here in this area. And I really would like to go in the houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know if make sure. That's it. Because I don't, go ahead, I'm sorry. If you got any questions.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to say, this is the first time we're hearing from you guys, and I can't imagine what you guys are going through. I can't even fathom it. For you guys, for people who are thinking that there's some kind of foul play involved.
There's so much that I'm going to break down here, and I'm also going to bring in a profiler, a missing person detective and a profiler who is going to talk about all of their body language and their body movements and all of the just everything that they're doing here just reeks a story and guilt. They know exactly what happened to those kids, and I feel at the end of the day these two will be arrested in a short period of time when everything comes to fruition here in this case.
We just spoke to the biological mother. She says she had a conversation with you guys, and that she thinks there's some kind of foul play involved. That she thinks you guys did something.
And that's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly the point. And if we can find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want is to find our babies. That's it. And I talked to her this morning, and I really wanted to tell her that I am completely sorry because we were entrusted with her children, and they came to us.
He's
and they became
sorry.
our children.
He's sorry for what he
we
did.
Named them, and they are our children.
Sorry for what he did.
Back. So please, if y'all could get back on what you guys are doing, we should be able to get a hold of somebody. But they took all of.
I want to point out too. He says we want him back. We heard two people say that in previous cases that we covered. Barry Morphew, in his 26-second video on Facebook with Suzanne Morphew, he said, "We just want you back." He just said the same thing. Chris Watts on his front steps at his home, I just want them back. So I'll put that back so you can hear it.
So please, if y'all could get back on what you guys are doing, we should be able to get a hold of somebody. But they took all of our tech, so they wanted to, I guess, just rule us out, which makes sense. That's part of the investigation. So that's pretty much it.
Have you guys, you talked to the police all last night?
Yes.
So you guys willfully
Focus on his hands here.
Everything.
Yes.
The car.
Yes.
How did they get a search warrant? Did you
I
guys?
I don't see
idea.
why they got one, but they got one.
Yeah,
we would have
they
let them
didn't
take
need one,
anything.
but
We would have let them take everything. We let them come in and search with us. We asked them to come do that.
What did they take?
Just tech. And that's it. Like our phones.
From the house, did they?
should have been out here the first day. Not right now.
I guess, should I answer that? Or?
Answer it to us, yeah.
Okay. So, into the
Here comes the families now.
I guess,
Listen to this.
I don't even know.
I see. Yeah, we seriously felt like we needed to be out here. We did. Again, we were told the best are out here looking already. Just to stay put. They have more questions. There was literally a cop with us the whole time in there.
He had sitting down. We would ask him to go help. They had to sit down.
Said nope.
He said, no, we got the best out there.
So
we
it's
need
not,
you guys here in case we have more questions.
I don't want you guys thinking we didn't try. We actually looked before we called the police.
And I imagine the mind-boggling part is the search for information.
Thank you, Hillary, for the super sticker.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And
and just so we are able to present the information correctly, at what time did you guys notice your kids went missing, and at what time were they reported missing to the police?
It's about, I think it was about 4:30, going on 5. It was getting dark, like I said. 5-ish. But it's about it.
Okay, I read that he reported at 6, but I could be wrong. These times are all off. Let me search back to some of the comments. Somebody mentioned, I think it was Alyssa. The comments went by quickly. She was asking, can they? Do they have to get a search warrant only when they refuse? Search warrant. They need the search warrant whether they refuse or whether they give consent, because a search warrant is a legal document. So if they discover any type of evidence when they search, the defense for these people, if they're found guilty of killing their adoptive children, then they can't say, well, they did an illegal search. So I think it was Alyssa that asked that question. Very good question. It's a legal formality that you have to get. So if in fact you come across evidence, it's obtained legally. So I hope that helps with that question.
That's when everything played out.
And then when did you guys call the police to report them missing?
After we searched a little bit around here, it was dark, so we definitely we got worried.
Would you say it was maybe within an hour, a couple hours?
No.
You're welcome, Alyssa.
Of us getting finished with our search. Okay. It was within minutes.
What do you guys want people at home to understand about this situation? For them, even speaking about what you guys are feeling is difficult. What do you want them at home to understand about this whole situation?
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure like everything. We're not sure. We said what we knew, and if anybody has seen them or anything, please call the police department.
Would you be willing to provide pictures, or do you have any?
I have older pictures. All my newest were on my phone.
Okay.
A lot of people are speaking of this as, after the math, past tense. I want to talk about your kids in present tense. What kind of boys are these? Tell us about the boys.
Very playful, very rambunctious, and they do love to wrestle. They do love to kind of get rough with each other.
Kids.
They're kids. Of course, they would love to go out, but so during the pandemic, we weren't trying to go, out here. And so we stayed inside.
Did you guys ever go out and search?
Yes,
we did. We searched before we called the cops.
So that's a lie. That's a lie right there. Let me stop that. So they asked if they searched. Okay, we've come to find out, thanks to AV Watchman, thanks to his work, boots on the ground, he went to one of the neighbors and looked at the actual surveillance from 4 o'clock. Actually, I think he started it before 4 and then scrolled forward all the way to when the police came. And they did not search. He was in the backyard and there was no mother. She didn't come outside. If your kid is missing, I'm standing, I'm climbing the walls, I'm out with a flashlight, You know, hey, honey, get the car, look along the wall where the empty vacant lot is. It's all desert. It's like all deserty, dusty lots all around. AV Watchman did some drone footage that was phenomenal, and I'll show you some drone footage from above. Let's let this continue because I want you to see how they are attacked by the biological auntie. The aunt of the kids starts screaming at them and saying, "You were supposed to protect them. You are their adoptive parents. You're supposed to protect them, and you did not protect them." So listen to this.
And then I searched that property. I even drove around
That's a lie.
this neighborhood right here. I even talked to a gentleman on that side, one of those streets over there. I said, "Did you see some little black kids?" And that way looking for them? That's the way I was going to come. But when I came back home, I decided to call the cops because it was dark. They couldn't have got away that fast.
And why did it take two people to
Here,
go in the
this
house
is the
and
aunt.
leave two kids out here by themselves? It should have been one parent going in and one parent right here watching the child, not two parents going in the house and leaving two little kids out here by themselves for 10 minutes.
No, they were in the backyard. And the back gate was
out the backyard?
And the back gate was open, and I was getting wood from this lot
here. So you guys
here.
been unresponsible and left the gate open, left some little kids outside with the gate open.
All right.
They're going to pan over to these people. They're going to pan over to them. They're all on the front of the house. There's a whole crowd.
For a mother's intuition, I know you were saying, and we'll get your names after this, but you were saying how you feel like they're in this area. Do you feel the same way? And what is the intuition? What is the sense you get? What do you think happened to your boys? Do you think someone took them? Do you think they're lost? Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely know they're not walking around. They're not that kind. They do not just roam around.
Okay, this is just a bunch of hogwash. This is bullcrap. I'm going to pause this and come back to it. Let me just quickly introduce somebody who is instrumental in pushing this case forward. I have AV Watchman. I don't know if he has video. He may have audio. I'm going to add him to the stream. He's just joining in. AV Watchman, thank you so much for coming in on this live stream with me. Brother, I tip my cap to you and the work that you're doing on this case. It is phenomenal just to sit and watch what you're doing. I wish that I was over there. I can carry in all 50 states. If I was over there, I'd be boots on the ground with you. Not sure.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. I can hear you. AV Watchman, can you hear me?
It's not going to work.
You just got to, and I hear you. I could hear your audio. It's working good. All right. So we had a little technical difficulties there. AV Watchman tried to join. We tried to add him. I actually could hear him in my headset, but I guess you guys weren't able to hear him. Technical difficulties, that's what happens when you're out in the field. And I noticed on a lot of his live streams, he was having some technical difficulties because of bandwidth. Let me say quickly, thank you to the super chatter. Texas Sweet Bee says they're probably sold them on the black market. That could be a possibility. I could tell you that. Hello to police off the cuff, Sergeant Bill Cannon, retired homicide detective sergeant. He will be chiming in on this case as well. Bill, it's always great to have you here in the live stream. I want to say a special thank you to Patreon supporters, channel members, people who like and subscribe. Share this video because this is about getting justice and bringing these kids home, bringing them home, whether it's alive or for the closure of their family. We need to find out what happened to these kids. And I got to tell you, there's so much inconsistencies in this story. So I'm going to continue with this, with the mom. I'll let that play, and we'll see if AV Watchman can join back in.
They definitely, I think definitely would have been picked up or something.
That was my assumption.
Have they ever taken off of the yard before?
No.
They've never taken off?
No.
You guys are new to Cal City, right?
Yep.
How long have you guys been living here?
Just 3 months.
It's crazy because y'all say y'all came out looking for the kids, and y'all got neighbors that say y'all ain't even came out looking for no kids.
The neighbors weren't out here.
We were looking.
We were looking.
I'm just saying, bro, it's crazy.
Thank
bro.
you, Lisa.
I got kids of my own.
Where do you live?
Them little boys is
All right, here's where it gets crazy now.
I understand you,
I
brother.
don't leave kids outside.
And I understand.
I have
3 and
9
4
kids.
year olds.
I have 9 kids.
But there's
There's
outside in
no
the backyard
way
that I
I'm
was
gonna
watching.
leave my kids unattended.
3
Not
and
even
4 year
for
olds.
a minute.
Like you sit here.
I get,
but, like,
we
not
get
a
that,
bitch
we
in
get
your
it.
heart, bro.
They were in the
We
backyard.
feel
You
it.
don't even look like you worried,
But
man.
you said the gate.
I've
so
been
why would
okay,
y'all
going
know
through it
y'all
all.
He said you don't even look like you're worried.
Inside the house, right? Y'all are foster parents, right?
No.
Okay,
we're
well,
adopted
y'all adopted
parents.
them,
Yeah,
right?
they are
Okay,
children.
shut the gate. Go in the house. Why did it take both of y'all to go in the house and leave them outside by themselves?
I understand
And
that.
y'all know the gate was
Why
open.
haven't y'all been out with the people around this neighborhood looking with the kids?
Because we already told on camera.
I didn't see y'all on no cameras last night. I didn't even see y'all.
All right, I'm going to tell you what this woman is saying. She's the gentleman and the woman. She said she's the aunt of she's the aunt of the boys. She said, "Why aren't you out searching with the community for your kids? Why are you guys not showing?" And now the stepmom gets a little defensive here, and she says, "This is why I didn't want to do this." Listen, you're under a microscope because your story is not jiving. You're not showing compassion for your kids. You're not showing any urgency of wanting to find your kids. So, everything that they're doing is wrong, and all of the answers that they're giving is showing guilt. So let's let the rest of this play. It's almost done.
Out here praying with them people. Them people was out to take care of my nephew. Not this, not supposed to happen.
I understand.
Y'all was supposed to take care of my nephew.
I understand.
If anybody's watching at home who knows anything, or if somebody who has these kids, if they're watching, what is your message to them?
The message has always been as soon as possible, call the California City Police Department, and please bring our babies home. And that's that.
That's one of the reasons why we actually didn't want to do this.
This is the reason why. Because we were under orders to stay in the house and stay because they're going to need to contact us, and we cannot go outside, and that was the issue. We were under orders by the cops to stay home in the house and let the professionals look.
But you just said that they were your children. If they were your children, regardless of what somebody told you, wouldn't you want to go look for them?
Well, we have cops actually posted in the front door right there.
How cold it is at night?
I totally understand.
If you guys actually have that question, you should ask the police officer.
The situation, but do you see how it seems that the kids was left unattended? You guys went in the house and then the kids disappeared. How did they disappear?
Exactly.
Okay, so what you probably can't hear is that I have earphones in so I could hear it really good. There are people crying in the background. These are family members, biological family members of the baby's real mom. Their family members are there, and they're heated, and rightfully so, because they have suspicion that there's foul play here. Very, very tough situation to have go on here. Very tough. And I got to say, too, these guys are reeking of guilt big time. So I want to show you some drone footage. First, I'm going to give you the California police update. This is going to take a few minutes because I'm going to scroll through it. I'm not going to play the whole thing. But I want you guys to hear what the police chief has to say. He doesn't really say much, but I'm gonna give it to you so you guys can see it right quick. And just give me 2 seconds. I'll add it to the stream. We'll play just a few minutes. This is just a short time after the kids went missing.
They that enlisted him and abused by their adoptive West.
Keep the kids. The 21st of December. I can only give you a recap of what we've been doing since the 21st of December. Just to give you a recap, as you all know, the 21st of December, we got a call to this location about 5:45 p.m. We were notified that there was 2 missing children, Orrin and Orson, both 4 and 3 years old. There was an extensive search in the neighborhood. which produced nothing. We've done several interviews.
That is correct, Joyce.
We've had several agencies involved. We've been working nonstop on this thing since the 21st of December till today. As we're still working, we've been working around the clock. We have several agencies involved, like I said.
All right, let me pause it. AV Watchman, I know he's got limited time. Let me add him into the stream. Hello, AV Watchman, can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's cutting out really bad on my end because we're actually coming through Tehachapi, California right now. So we're coming through the mountains. Signal's not that good.
Okay, the audience can hear you good here, and we have a whole bunch of people here that are very appreciative of what you're doing. You're doing God's work, and I tip my cap to you, brother.
I can't hear you, brother. I cannot hear you.
All right. Well, I'm sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
If you're gonna be on in about 15 minutes or so, we should be in an area where I'll be able to go on.
Okay.
And get on and.
All right, so we're gonna wait. We'll wait for him to come in because I really want to hear some of the updates. He's boots on the ground, doing some interviews. So let me continue on with this, and
we're doing our best to locate the kids. So that's all we've got at this time. There are things in the works, but I don't want to taint or compromise the investigation at this time.
How many agencies are working with you on this case?
I would say at this time 4.
We've noticed Bakersfield Police Department cars up here as well, and I understand they've taken some video from some neighbors' homes. How much are they involved in this investigation?
At this point, just peripheral. They're helping us out.
And the FBI?
The same.
Okay. It's been more than a week now since the boys disappeared. It's cold up here. This is desert. In your gut, do you feel these boys are still alive?
I can't comment on that, whether I think they're alive or not. I do suspect foul play. We haven't been able to put together, how the boys got out of the yard or where they've gone.
Chief,
but we're doing our
Attorney
best.
General's website, they have the 2 boys missing.
Yes,
listed.
sir.
On Orrin West, they've got it listed him as a
Fractured leg.
A fractured lower left leg as a identifying mark, and that's on Orrin West, listed as a fractured lower left leg. Were you aware about that?
No.
Do you believe, any reason to believe that these 2 boys may have been physically abused by their adoptive?
Thank you, Joy Catcher, for being here.
Pull that out, but I can't comment on that either.
Okay.
All right, so basically,
Orrin West had a fractured lower left
Not to
leg.
my knowledge, no.
Okay.
Got out of the yard, and if they wandered, nothing that shows how they got out of the yard, and if they wandered out of the yard, we don't know.
What message do you have for the community about, how committed they've been to trying to find these 2 boys and how to maintain, how to stay resolute during this time when we still don't know much of anything?
We absolutely appreciate everything from the community. I don't know if you know that first night, there was literally hundreds of people out here looking for them, and we truly appreciate that. I think this whole community is invested in this thing. My department is invested in this thing to the point where, we don't want to give up. We want to locate them any way we possibly can. We're accepting any information
guy's a
that you
good
could
man.
possibly give us, any
the
tips. We're
sheriff
following
looks
up
like
on
he
everything.
is fully invested
Yes,
in
sir.
this.
We've had people ask, should they still look for the boys? It's cold. People have been looking in the night. Should the community still look
I would
for
never
the boys?
tell anybody to stop, but if they have anything that they could give us, we'll definitely take it.
Where are the parents at this time?
I don't know. I know that I don't know exactly where they are. No.
Did police advise them to get out of the house? Or because
No.
there was a search warrant?
No.
Are they in the house? You don't know?
No.
So if you guys needed to contact the parents, do you guys have the availability to do that? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are the parents named suspects in this case?
Not at this time.
Chief, as you know,
There are no named suspects at
They
this
have
time.
to be now. Let me just let me remove this and continue on with you guys a little bit here. I want to show you some drone footage that was taken by. Hold on a second. I know AV Watchman did it. I'm going to play a little bit of his, but I want to play, where is it? California boy. Okay, here we go. So this is a search warrant that was conducted. This is not the drone footage, but this is this is after they did a second search warrant at the location. So let me just play this for you guys real quick.
Executed that we know of here at the adoptive parents' home. Essentially before 3 p.m. a bunch of officers and various authorities surrounded the home. They said basically, look, we got a search warrant, let us in. It didn't appear anybody was inside because authorities actually went in through the side gate over here and then eventually through the front door. The police chief told us after they went inside that there is still no suspect identified, or suspects I should say identified, in this case. But before the search warrant was executed, he did reveal some new details about their investigation. With guns drawn, authorities entered the California City home of Trezell and Jacqueline West, the adoptive parents of 3-year-old Orson West and 4-year-old Orrin West. The parents told authorities their 2 boys disappeared from their backyard on December 21st.
We have no way of knowing how they got out of the yard. Nothing that shows how they got out of the yard and if they wandered out of the yard.
California City Police Chief John Walker believes this is now more than just a missing persons case.
It's not often.
Foul play was involved.
Someone knows. And I would hope that person would come forward.
And that's why Walker says authorities have paid so much attention on the couple's home, even digging up the backyard in recent days.
We're just trying to dig up any clues that we can possibly find to find out where they had gone and also to confirm that they're not in the backyard.
Walker confirmed the family was new to California City. They moved here in September with 6 children. The other 4 kids have been in protective custody during the investigation.
The kids are missing, and we can't put that together. So until we determine one way or the other what happened to the children.
So as we heard, they moved there with 6 children. Now, to me, that sounds like adoptive parents that are in it for monetary reasons as well. Now, I'm not saying, listen, there's plenty of great adoptive parents that do not adopt for monetary reasons. But I've seen a lot of it in my police career where people who are not equipped to adopt kids in a large scale have 6 or 8 adopted kids, and they do get a certain amount of money each month from the state for these kids. It could very well be in this case. It's definitely a red flag for me. They removed 4 children, put them in protective custody for good reason. So.
The other 4 children are taken out of the home.
Walker said the parents have been interviewed by authorities on more than one occasion. Their home was searched at least one time prior to Tuesday. Their phones and at least one of their vehicles is still in police custody. Meantime, Walker says officers have knocked on nearly every door in the neighboring area, trying to find more information on when the kids were last seen.
From every neighbor you guys spoke to, not a single sight of them.
No.
When was the most recent that a neighbor cited they'd seen the kids?
We none of the neighbors have seen the kids.
Ever?
No.
Shocking.
And it's important to mention that when authorities were leaving the home today, they were carrying large bags with them. And we were wondering what that was. So we asked the police chief when he exited the home, hey, what was that? He said, look, we're just gathering evidence that was evidence that we collected from the home. It's something that's going to help them with their investigation. He also mentioned that police have not been scavenging through the desert yet. He said in this point in their investigation, that has not led them to going out there and trying to recover a body. But he did say that he appreciates everybody here in the community that he has noticed has spent their days working in the desert, searching with ATVs on their motorbikes in neighborhoods here. He says that all helps them out. For now, we're live in California City. Bayan Wang, 23 ABC.
Okay, so again, this is mind blowing that nobody has seen these kids. Nobody's seen these kids in this neighborhood where they live. They interviewed all of the homes. Now the homes are scattered in this location. The homes are not one on top of each other. They are scattered homes. So let me try to pull up the drone footage so you guys can see this. I think it's right here. I'm going to go over the timeline real quick because timelines are really important in these cases. So the timeline reads as following. Let me post it up on the screen so you guys can see it. I'll make it larger. So Monday evening, which is the 21st, Monday early evening, Orson and Orrin play outside, and we kind of know that that's not true. This is the story that the adoptive parents gave to the police. So this story, again, is not obviously the truth. Orson and Orrin play outside as their adoptive father gathers firewood, according to their adoptive parents. The father, Trevor West, later tells the media he briefly went back inside the house, and when he came out, the boys were gone. Bullshit. He says he drove through nearby streets and spoke with neighbors but couldn't find them. He came back very fast. We saw it on the video. Monday, around 6 p.m., the boys' adoptive parents report the boys missing. Around 8 p.m., California City Police sent out a news release that provides a description of the boys, but not their names or photograph. The information is released hours later. Monday night, volunteers and police searched the area. As the police chief said, police bring canines to the home. The dogs find the scent of the boys inside the house, but not outdoors. That means they never went outside. Tuesday morning around 9 a.m. with daylight, the volunteers continue the search and spread through the surrounding area. They find nothing. Tuesday afternoon, police take the adoptive parents in for further questioning. And then Tuesday night, armed with a search warrant. So they took them in on Tuesday. They got the search warrant on Tuesday night. Investigators go through the home and leave with evidence collected in several brown bags and duffel bags. The adoptive parents' van is towed to be searched and to be scrubbed forensically. Police tell 17 News the FBI is involved, and agents questioned the adoptive parents. Police say the parents are cooperating. Wednesday afternoon, the adoptive parents speak with the media. That's what we saw. And they say they were told by police to stay in their home during the search. And he explains how the boys went missing, yada, yada, yada. Bull, you know what? Bullshit. Wednesday afternoon, police searched the home again the second time. We saw them. They come there with the guns drawn. Wednesday night, investigators work under bright lights. They set up in the family's backyard, and then they dig. So I think this is a video of the digging.
In our top story this hour, for the last 3 days, we've been reporting on two young boys missing in California City. Here's a look at the missing boys, 3-year-old Orson West and 4-year-old Orrin West. We're checking in now with 17's Taylor Schaub. He's live in California City with an update for us. Good afternoon, Taylor.
Well, good afternoon, Tom. We're on day 3 of this investigation. It's a little quieter here today. Yesterday, we saw a lot of neighbors helped searching for these boys today. A little quieter, a little less police presence, but an ominous update overnight.
It was a good question about the doctor for the treating of the broken left leg, I believe it was. But that was in the past. It wasn't anything that I believe that was recent. It was healed. Obviously, if it was still broken, the boy wouldn't have been able to walk off. So, but yes, that's a good question, and I guarantee you that doctor or whoever at a hospital, whoever treated that boy for that broken leg, will be questioned.
As neighbors told us that they saw police digging in the backyard of the California City home in which the boys were last seen at. That is
Here's
the home
the FBI.
Of their adopted parents.
This is the FBI searching backyard.
Bringing in a light tower and roughly a dozen investigators with white overalls who were investigating the bare grounds of the backyard of this modest Aspen Avenue home. That's where the boys were last reported to have been seen. Their adopted parents reported them missing, as we know, on Monday. Police and volunteers have been searching this area for the last 2 days. Law enforcement had canines, and the boys' biological mother joined the search as well. The adopted parents who lived with the boys said the kids were playing on the back porch and then suddenly disappeared.
I agree, Tim.
I came to the house. I saw them there.
I can't listen to this anymore. Let me remove that. I want to find the...
one house.
Hold on.
I came back out. I didn't see him there.
I want to show you the drone footage. I got to try to find that. I know AV has it on his channel. I have it saved here, but I'd have to scroll through it. California police give update timeline. Oh, okay. I think this is it. Give me 2 seconds. This is going to be worth it because we definitely have to see this. This is important that we see it. Renee, thank you for the super sticker, for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, this is okay. I also want to get this out of the way because I know I'll get a lot of questions about it. There was human remains that were found a short time ago. It turned out to
one group in
not be.
Bakersfield found a bone that appeared to be a human foot, and some hikers near Rosamond
This turned out to
stumbled
be a
upon
goat.
human remains. The search for 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin West continues almost 3 weeks after they were reported missing.
These are 2 little babies, 3 and 4 years old, and they're helpless, innocent in the situation, and so that's why, it's just one of those things that tugs at your heart.
This group of Bakersfield residents has gone out to search almost every day this past week. They scanned the roads and fields near the Casa Loma apartments in East Bakersfield.
We're searching for the missing boys. Why they search in California City, we just feel like we need to search here because this is by the previous address that they lived.
They've seen a few questionable items, but they called Bakersfield police after seeing this.
In unearthing or removing some of the bush, we came across what looks like a remain.
It certainly looks like a foot, and it definitely looks like a human foot. But it turns out forensics came out, and it was an animal. So there goes that. That's been obviously looked at and covered. But I just wanted to. I saw a lot of questions about that. So I'll let the rest of it play.
Of some sort. Don't know if it's animal, human. To me, it kind of looks to be human, but I'm no expert, so I don't really know.
Police came and took a look. They consulted the coroner, who determined that it seemed to be a bone from a goat.
We're just going to continue to search every field, canal, empty field, reservoir in the area that we can, just to cover all bases because these boys need to be found.
But they weren't the only ones that saw something. Hikers called police after finding remains near Rosamond, around 30 miles from California City. They were right off Highway 14 at the intersection of Frontage and Dawn Roads. Kern County Sheriff's Office confirmed that these were partial remains of a human body. But the chief of police in California City says these remains are not connected to the 2 missing boys. Anyone with information.
So somebody recovered human remains in a search, which tells you that, here's another open case of perhaps a missing person case, and the forensics on that will continue and lead into another investigation. So this shows you how hard police work is. So people now came across a set of human remains. Now you have another investigation that's opened up. So it just continues on and on. Again, the drone footage is important. I want to just see if I could locate this because this is now bothering me that I can't. I thought I had saved it, but I guess I didn't. So let me go on to AV Watchman's site and he's got so many videos. I encourage you guys to go over to his channel. I'll link it down below. AV Watchman, United We Stand. He's doing a tremendous job on this case. So let me plug up his videos and get a hold of the drone one. I think he has it labeled. Possible beware. Where the heck is it? All right, so he did an interview today. I believe it was today, like 8 hours ago. And I got permission from him to play this. So I'm going to play this because it's significant. They went to the former location, and this is available on his channel. They went to the former location and they interviewed some people, some residents who lived in adjacent apartments, the previous location from where this family, the West family, came from before they moved into this home. And he interviewed these people. And I mean, I would say if there's police, obviously, and there are police investigating this, this is substantial information for them to put in the file. What he uncovers here and what this resident tells him is a male and a female is just tremendous information when it comes to a homicide investigation or a missing persons case. Lisa Marie, thank you for the super love. Thank you for that. And special thank you to my Patreon, my channel members, and all the moderators. And I'm sorry if I'm not paying attention to comments, but I'll come back to the comments in a few minutes because I'm going to wrap it up after this. So let me play this.
I don't know why they would park back there. The guy used to drive like a big, long white van, and
I'll put the volume up.
back there. They would just, as soon as, like I said, when we would
Just the person they're interviewing.
if they were to see us, they would kind of either backtrack, kind of back into the apartment, or if we would come out, they would kind of try to rush out that way. But they're really quiet people.
All right, here we go.
I'm pretty sure they can't, but if there's a chance that they could release how many kids were listed on, when you sign a lease, you have to say how many kids are in there.
Right.
I'm wondering if they could give that information out as well as a time frame. How long did they live here?
Joyce, I'll get to that in a minute.
Sure.
They would have to re-interview, and then they could use it.
It used to be. No, I haven't been back over here since 2011, so it's been a long time.
These people all cooperate. If they're cooperating with him, they're going to cooperate with the police. So they'll use this as a re-interview. They'll re-interview.
Facebook, YouTube, something like that. How you doing, bro? I'm AV. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You guys are here about...
Yeah, of course.
That's crazy, man. That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my wife, we've been living here for like 4 years, and...
This is AV talking to
see them
Trezell.
around. They would come around. They're really quiet people. They didn't socialize with nobody. Like usually all the neighborhood people, they kind of, when they see each other, they, say hi.
Yeah, greet, right.
They're really quiet people, yeah.
How many kids
Thank
do
you,
remember
Lisa.
seeing?
I think it was like three or four kids.
Did you ever see the boys that came missing?
We did, but it was usually, honestly, the interactions that they would have with people, it was always really quick. Like when we would be coming, they would either run out that way, or they would, like if they were coming in, they would just come in hella fast and just go into their apartments. They wouldn't really talk too much,
So they would go this way?
Yeah, they had their parking spot right here, but I don't know why they would park back there. The guy used to drive like a big, long white van, and they would always park back there. They would just...
That's the van at the
like
house.
I said, when we would come out sometimes, if they were to see us, they would kind of either backtrack, kind of back into the apartment, or if we would come out, they would kind of try to rush out that way. But
The van, was it an older van? Because they own two white vans.
I want to say it looked kind of like a more newer style van. I believe it had like tinted windows.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time frame that they lived here by any chance?
I don't, just because, like I said, our interactions were very minimal. But I do know that for at least, like, they probably moved out, I want to say maybe about 6 months ago. 6 months ago. Yes, somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure on the time frame, but as long as we moved in here, I've always kind of remembered them being down here.
Yeah, because we're hearing they moved, I believe, September.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I know, I'm not exactly, like I said, I'm not sure on the time frame, but I do know that they moved somewhere around like 6 months ago, somewhere around there,
Other than the fast moving behavior, did you notice anything strange with the kids, or?
Well, they would never come out.
But like when you did see them when they were rushing in, did they look like they were in like?
I can't say that they looked like they were being harmed or anything like that. They were very.
Okay, so this is a great interview, and this one is tremendous because they gave them a lot of information about their method of operation, about how they kept the kids inside. So this is great detective work right here. And let me see if I have AV, I think, is joining back in. I'm going to see because I know he's limited in time. So let me put him right on. AV, DutyRon here. Can you hear me, brother?
The next one or what?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Are you sure? Oh, shit. We passed the exit? Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, good to see you, man. Again, I tip my cap to you and your crew. Everything that you guys are doing is fantastic work on this case.
Man, it's still skipping. man. I can't even hardly hear him. Hey, if you can hear me, bro, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk. So we're out here in we just came through Tehachapi. We just now got out here to Bakersfield. We actually missed our exit, so I'm about to turn around, get off the freeway. We have a couple locations that we're going to go and check right now. I'm going to actually try to go live and do a live broadcast. We were told to check a park out here in Bakersfield, California called Hart. We're going to go check there, and we're going to go speak.
All right, so he is in a spotty location. I appreciate him trying to chime in with us. I've got retired Sergeant Melinda. Yeah, he's having technical difficulties. I can hear him, so he's actively out and working on this case. Melinda, thank you for joining. How are you? All right, she's having trouble too. I guess I'm the only one that's doing okay. So again, I'm gonna end this video here because I have so much more to do. Listen, this is some of the woes of when you're out and about on on location and you got spotty cell service and things of that nature. Melinda is a great supporter of everybody that goes out and tries to bring justice to the families and bring closure to families. She's definitely a great supporter of Adventures with Purpose, my channel, Profiling Evil, Chris McDonough. She gets around to all the good ones, and I greatly appreciate her and everything that she's done, in the crime community. So I tip my cap to her too. I'm trying to find this drone footage stuff because I really want you guys to see the overhead of this. So give me 2 seconds. I think I found it. I suck at this sometimes. I put stuff together and then all of a sudden I don't have it. All right. I think this is it right here. Let me just look at this quickly with no sound.
Well, we begin with this hour with an update.
Ow. No, that's not it. I really want to show you guys the drone footage, but I want to stop this broadcast so you guys can watch AV Watchman because he said he's going to go live in a little bit. So let me just see if it's here. This is my last check. Could have sworn I saved it.
Well, we begin with this hour with an update.
All right, one more thing. Try one more spot. Let me just Google drone footage. This will get it. Hold on. Okay. I'm not giving up on this because I got to find it. Bear with me here 2 seconds, guys. Okay. Here we go. Special thank you to all my channel members and everybody who positively interacts here. Listen, the purpose of this live stream is to get the message out and also to have more eyes on this case. So this way, there's got to be somebody out there that sees something and then says something. So we're trying to really get the word out to anybody that might have information that may see these videos and say, hey, I got to step forward. There is an $80,000 reward for information leading to leading to finding the whereabouts of these children. So it's 80,000. These are toddlers. This is a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old boy. So $80,000 in reward money, as far as I can see, that's up on a website. This is, this is a great thing to have, because when you have unscrupulous jagaloons out there that are trying to hide a crime, it only takes one person that these people might have crossed in the past to say, hey, you know what? We know what's happened. We know what's going on, and we're going to turn them in, and we're going to bring these kids home. We're going to bring these little boys home, and they're beautiful little kids. I'm trying to let me just get a picture of them up so you guys can see the images of these beautiful young boys. Just horrific and heart-wrenching when you look at this. So, I mean, these kids are just adorable, and it's just a sin of what what these parents have done to them. It's just horrifying. All right, I got AV Watchman on. I see actually. I can actually see him. So let me just remove this and add him to the stream. Brother, can you hear me? I hope so.
No, we gotta leave the camera on. There you go. Hold on, bro.
All right.
All right. So, can you hear me now, or?
I've been hearing you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I had to reset my phone, but I'm out here with SGB, Defend Our Freedom, and this guy is family to me, man. He's one of the guys that you see me with out there at Scientology when we were out there in Scientology. He's one of the guys that I was out there with. But
you guys are doing God's work.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. We're out here in Bakersfield now, and we have 2 locations we're going to go to. One, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but one is at a park out here. We're going to stop by this park. I'm going to go live. I'm going to do a live stream. That way everybody can see that we are at that park, and we have a lot of people telling us to go there. Something about a red ice chest. And so, yeah, we're just going to follow that lead and go there, man. We both have like this feeling too. So, and then
that's tremendous. That's
there,
tremendous.
From there we're gonna head and go speak to someone who contacted us that actually might be a eyewitness to something. So we're gonna figure that out before we put anything out there, though.
Great. Well, I don't have to tell you. Just you guys be careful in what you're doing and who you're dealing with. Make sure you document everything. You're doing it by video, but get names, get people's information, and whoever you speak to, because you may wind up having to give it over to the investigators and bring it to get justice brought forward. You guys are going to just be passing on the information. So you're doing a great job, and I just say I tip my cap to both of you guys. I wish you safety, and I hope that you guys can get to the bottom of this, because it's tremendous work that you're doing. As a retired NYPD detective, I wish I had guys like you behind us doing investigations like this. So you're doing a tremendous job. Just be careful out there, and document everything that you can. If you can't go live, just make a video. Just video it.
Hold on 1 second, because it's breaking up really fast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to your live stream from the other phone. That way I can hear you. 1 second, I'm listening to it right now. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right, yeah, for sure, brother.
All right.
And I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being who you are, and I salute you, man. Thank you for everything and everyone who's been keeping, track of this story. I appreciate every one of you guys as well. And we're just gonna keep on going until we're doing the best we can to locate the boys.
You're doing a tremendous job, and I know you can't hear me that well, but I'm going to tell you this: just be careful. You're doing the right thing, but just make sure you guys do things with safety, because you got to get home to your families at the end of the day. So.
I don't know why my phone is acting this way. Hold on, brother. I'm listening to your.
So we're going to hear it on echo.
All right, awesome, brother. Hey, I would love to get back on here with you when I have a better signal. So, if you can, just get my phone number from our mutual friend and keep in touch. Let me know when you're going to go live again, and I'll get right back on with you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, AV Watchman. There he is. Everybody subscribe to his channel. I'll put the link down below underneath the description here, so you guys can all subscribe to the AV Watchman. Thank you, brother. Stay safe and Godspeed.
Yep. God bless you guys. And you guys don't forget, I have Defend Our Freedom here. He's out here with me every step of the way. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys, and much love and respect to you, brother.
Love and respect right back to you. I'll link both of you guys' channel. If he's got a channel, I'll link it in there too. All right, guys. Peace.
All right.
And good luck.
Okay. All right. Thank you, bro.
All right, there it was. AV Watchman. Guys, go over to his channel and subscribe. I'm gonna put this down. Let me just try to get this. I should have asked him about the drone footage, because I'm still struggling with the drone footage. I did have it. I had it saved in my. Let me just look at this real quick. You guys are sick of me saying that. Let me look at this real quick. But I'm trying to be persistent and find it. I thought I could have sworn it was on his channel, but I can't find it now. Update footage from neighbor's security cam. This is really good, man. This security camera footage. If you guys haven't seen it, hold on a second. Let me add this to the stream. Hold on. This is the actual security cam footage from the neighbor. This is actual look, and it's a little blurry because he's recording it with his camera, but he's basically at some points in this it gets really clear, and you could see. Hold on. Let me scroll through this. In the beginning, it was much clearer. So it shows that's that white van that's parked in front of the house. So this is looking directly at the house. I don't know why it's so not clear. I could have sworn at some points it got clear. Anyways, go over to his channel and watch this. This is unbelievable footage. This proves that this white van only went out for a short period of time. That's the father's white van. And it proves that he never really searched around, and then the kids were never out in the backyard. Like, that's him pulling out right now to, with the van to search. Is that like 4:15, 4:30? And it just disproves everything that that this guy said. So I implore you guys to go over to his channel. He's got a great channel, and he has dozens of videos. Yeah, so he was out for 6 minutes. Big freaking deal. That to me is a travesty of justice. It just horrific, This is where they talk about the $80,000 reward, and then I'll wrap it up with this. Hold on, guys.
Cities, but law enforcement doesn't believe they are connected to the case. 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin were reported missing December 21st. It has been 21 days and no sign of them. Search parties were out again Saturday looking for them. The same day, a group in Bakersfield found a bone that appeared to be a human foot. After consulting with the coroner, police determined the bone found in Bakersfield was from a goat. Later, hikers called police after finding remains near Rosemont. Both the chief of police in California City say those remains are not connected to the two missing boys. The adoptive family of Orrin and Orson are now offering $30,000 in rewards in hopes of leading to information on the two missing boys. Now over $80,000 are being offered. Anyone with information can call the California City Police Department at 760-373-8.
I'll link that number down below as well. I want to say a special thank you to all my channel members, the Patreon supporters, and everybody who has interacted in this live stream. On the next one, I will have the drone footage. I promise you that. Thank you, everyone, for positively interacting. This is all about finding Orrin West, 4 years old, and Orson West, 3 years old. A 3-year-old and a 4-year-old missing December 21st out of California City, California. $80,000 reward. I'll link the sheriff's number down below. I believe AV Watchman is going to be going live, so I'm going to end this now. I think I overstayed my welcome. Thank you to my, again, moderators. God bless the world. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America. I want to say also a quick prayer for the missing children, these small toddlers, 3 and 4 years old, and all missing persons, all missing children across the country and across the world. I say prayers and give strength to families that are going through this. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And I say a prayer for the police and the investigators to find these boys and bring them home. And I'm also saying prayers for AV Watchmen and everybody who covers these cases. So prayer emojis and hearts in the chat, and we will close it out with love and respect for everybody involved, the victims, the families, the survivors, the people who are left behind to have anguish and heartache. So prayers and lots of positive vibes being sent out. God bless you guys all, and thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, share this video, and go over to my social media, everything, one word, DutyRon, right here on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you all from New York City, and good night. I'll see you on the next one.